Hi, welcome. Karen Lyons here for another chair class. So we're going to actually today start standing up in our chairs. So I want to make sure that you have a chair that is on a nice, steady, firm flooring, if not a rug, one that does not slide. If it's on the floor, just make sure if you do have a rubber mat, that's perfect, okay? So we'll get started. So we're gonna actually start standing up a little bit. So I hope you can still see my whole entire up and down, okay? And we'll just start by coming in. I just kind of shake everything out, back and forth a little bit, and tap your feet. Okay, and we're going to start in what we call mountain pose or Tadasana. So you get now, if you need to hold on to the back of the chair here, by all means go ahead if you need that extra support and balance. Otherwise, just come to the side of the chair and hold on to one side. And I want you to take your toes up as far as you can. Now, if you've got your shoes on, no worries. You can still feel your toes in your shoes. And just kind of draw your feet up a little bit and then plant them down, nice and slow and gentle. Now, of course, if you need to also have your feet out a little bit away from one another for balance, please do that as well. I'm going to put mine a little bit close together. And again, mounds of my big toe, I can feel that. I can feel my pinky toe, the whole metatarsal of my foot, and the inner arch, the outer arch of my foot. And then I'm just going to kind of rock forward a little bit, holding onto the chair. You don't want to fall forward. You just want to take your weight and reestablish that weight towards the front of the room a little bit. And then just bring it back onto the heels, lifting up off of the metatarsals a little bit, putting most of your weight, distributing it back on your heels. Good. And so just gently rocking back and forth a little bit, gently back and forth, just kind of feeling your feet. And then finally and ultimately just finding that beautiful groundedness, that really that energy coming up from the legs, from the floor, and finding the stillness within, right? So from now here, I want you to start to draw the kneecaps up. Now, as soon as you start to draw the kneecaps up, you're probably going to start to engage the quadriceps. You might even kind of squeeze the glute muscles towards one another a little bit. I don't want you to squeeze them too much together. What I'd rather have you do is just tuck the tailbone forward a little bit, loosen up through the glutes, lift up. Now, I do want you to squeeze in your belly button into the back of the spine, and then you can almost feel that natural elongation through the side body. And then taking your shoulders up around your ears and just squeeze the shoulder blades together. Great. And then let the fingers kind of be heavy, almost like you've got fishing weights on your middle or thumb. And that naturally softens the shoulders down away from our ears. So this is here in our mountain, what we call mountain pose, our Tadasana. And the chin is nice and parallel to the floor. Good. And your focus point, we find what we call a drishti. So maybe that's at, the tip of your nose, or maybe your cheekbone, or a little bit beyond on the floor. You decide where you need your drishti. Some of us like to look at the ground. Some of us like to look right at eye level, or maybe where the floor and the wall meet. And then some of us actually like to rather look and get steady and bring our gaze to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Okay, so you determine where your gaze really needs to be in order for you to be stable and steady. And the more we practice this, the more we begin to not only feel safe and secure, but balanced, but we're also gaining confidence in our balance. And, you could do this at the checkout line, at a store, if you get a chance or an opportunity to go to a store these days. Just allow yourself a few moments of just standing regal, feeling that, regalness, feeling that Buddha within you. And just allow the breath to come in and come out. Nice and slow and gentle. Maybe close your eyes, and you might sway a little. That's okay. Just allow yourself to hold on to the chair and practice this. Good. And now we're going to come in and we're just going to start to bring in those 3 nice letting go breaths. So we're going to draw our energy up from the feet. So just like you're taking that inhale right from the floor and then let it go. Good. Maybe shake your fingers out a little bit and then draw it up again. Maybe the shoulders come up a little higher. And exhale. And then one more, drawing it all the way up. Maybe the shoulders come way up by your ears, scrunching them together. And down. Good. And then kind of shake it out a little bit. Beautiful. All right. So now we're going to take ourselves into a V with our feet and then just step them out a little bit. And we're going to just start to bend at the knee, a little kind of like plie ballet here. So holding on to that chair, bending the knees ever so gently, tucking the tailbone forward and then lifting up and coming down and lifting up. And one more, coming down. Good. Beautiful. And then we'll step forward and I want you to take your foot. So I'm going to mirror image here. So I'm going to take my left foot underneath the chair and then I'm going to take my right foot out. I have an extra chair today. I'm going to take my right foot out. Okay? So my legs, this one is going this way and this leg's going this way and this one's going this way. Okay? The feet. Okay? Good. And then I'm just going to kind of move my hip back and forth. And we're going to end up going into a standing triangle pose. Okay? Or fallen triangle. So just do what you can do and then maybe just work this. And again, it's working that balance, feeling very grounded in your feet. Okay? Great. I'm going to slide my hand down onto the chair and I'm going to raise my right hand up. Now, I don't want to collapse forward. I want to draw that right shoulder back over my hip and lifting up. This is really kind of like a heart opener as we come into this beautiful triangle pose. Standing triangle, using the chair. And then slowly and gently come up. Good. Dial that foot back in and then bring this foot in so that now you're on the ball of that foot. Now my knee is from the front and I want to take it to the side. Again, tuck the tailbone, lift up. Okay, this is our tree pose, our standing tree pose. And again, we're holding on to the side of the chair for balance. Okay. Now, the other thing I should mention here is that you don't want to collapse into that standing leg. You don't want to let that whole weight take over in that hip. You want to elongate it. You want to plant that toe down really firmly to help you get length in the spine. And then if you feel really balanced, then you can bring your hand up. Okay? Great. And then dial that back in. And we're going to take it to the other side now. So just simply move your body over to the other side. Get into that plie position. Heels come together and then just step out a little bit. Again, nice, firm belly button in the back of the spine. And here we go, 3 little squats. Just go down as far as you can. 2, and 3. This is just to kind of warm up the knee joint a little bit for what we're going to be doing in a little bit. So now taking that foot underneath, right? We're going to take this one out. And again, feet position. This one goes this way, this foot's planted this way, okay? Kind of work the hip a little bit back and forth. Now, if you want, you can just hang on to the back side of the chair and come down like so, all right? You don't have to go all the way down. And then again, of course, if you've got any shoulder issues, you may want to keep your arm down too. So maybe keep your hand down onto your shoulder, or just keep it right in your hip, right into your side pocket. And again, work that shoulder back, okay? And then eventually you want to lean back into this as well, okay? You don't want to lean forward in it. We're squaring at the hip and we're coming down for our fallen triangle. Beautiful. And then slowly and gently coming up, we dial that foot in, take this one up, and find our tree pose. Now again, hold on if you'd like. Knee, knee, okay? And don't sink into that hip. Lift up, push into that foot, down into the ground with those toes. Belly button in the back of your spine, and then maybe you do bring your arm up if you're feeling comfortable enough, okay? Always important to listen to your own bodies. Beautiful. Great, and then open up. So now we're going to take that triangle pose one more time, but as we get out of it, we're going to take a down dog, okay? So again, one foot underneath the chair. I'm going to slide this foot out. I'm going to come down. This time I'm going to bring my hand right down onto the chair, lifting up, take my shoulder back, draw my hand up. Oh boy, nice shoulder adjustment there for me. Good. Now here, we're going to swing that lifted arm around to the chair itself. I dial my toe up on that back foot, and then I'm in like a lunge here, and then I'm just gonna come up onto my tippy toes, right up under my tippy toes, and then I'm gonna start to bring the heels of the feet down as I bring my chest down towards my thighs, drop my head, and this feels so good on the hamstrings, on the lower back, on the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath here and exhale. And of course, you can always just come forward and work on the triangle and then coming up. All right, we'll take that to the other side just to kind of stay balanced. I think this time I'll take a block. I'll put the block on my chair. Okay, and again, legs come in. This leg goes out, kind of creating a V with your legs. Okay, I'm going to start with my hand on my block this time, and then I'm going to raise that arm up. Okay, breathing here, feeling nice and stable and sturdy, and remember, you can always be here. And then I'm going to rotate around. And again, if you want to take your down dog using the higher part of the chair, you can certainly do that. And coming down. Okay. Nice. And then coming up, we'll just walk forward and we will take a seat. Good. Awesome. All right, so now from here, let's just start to maybe warm up the body a little bit. So I'm going to start by just allowing that pelvic bowl to roll around. This is a good one. This is really something I like to do pretty much in every class. I just feel like it really opens up our hips a lot and gentle. And it's kind of fun, you know, just feeling yourself rolling around a little bit. It's very massaging the lower back. And then we're going to pause and we'll go around the other way. Good. Whew. Good. Awesome. Now we're going to continue to open up through our hamstrings. This time we're just going to take one leg out, point the toe, okay, and lifting up. And then we're just going to, using the back of the chair, we're going to use that and we're going to come forward. Now, if you have a belt handy, you can actually use your belt with this as well. So just to help hold on basically, so you can get a nice secure feeling as you're leaning forward. So I've wrapped the belt around the back of the chair and I have them to the side. So again, I'm going to lift up and now I can use the belt for some stability and security, leaning forward, and I'm getting that nice stretch in the front of the ankle all the way up the leg. Good. And then coming back up, sliding that foot in, and we'll take it to the other side. So toes are pointed here and about halfway off of the chair itself, and I'm going to lean forward, and then I'm coming on back. And then I'm leaning forward again. I should keep my elbows in, right, in through the rib cage. Leaning with the heart here. We're leaning with the heart, not the shoulders, and coming back. Good. So now let's take that so the leg is at a little bit of an angle now. Keep the right leg facing forward, and this left leg is out to the side, but we're going to still lean forward here. Leaning forward and come back. Leaning forward and come back. Good. Let's do one more. Leaning forward. And come back. Slide that leg out and we'll go to the other side. So this leg comes out, we lift up, don't lose that extension in that lower back, elongating through the rib cage and always breathing. So it's an inhale here, and then as you dip forward, exhale. Coming back up. Forward. Come on up. And one more. Nice. Awesome. And then we're going to come back. So now maybe you let the belt come down and you're just going to slide this leg out again. This time though, we're just going to twist. So we're going to twist at the lower rib cage. So the same kind of placement of the leg, and then just take that left hand on to the right outer edge of that right knee and lift up, and as we twist over, we're looking over the right shoulder, getting a nice twisting action here. Unwind. 2 more times. Twist. And unwind. 1 more time and twist. And unwind. Nice. And then we'll just slide that foot together and let's try on the other side. Keeping in mind that one side's usually a little different than the other. So this hand is going to go on that knee and I'm going to lift up and I'm twisting this time to the left, coming back, twist, coming back, and twist, and coming back. Nice. And then we're just going to take our feet out at a little bit of an angle in a V. Again, you can use that belt to hold on. Okay? And just hang out here and then bring the heels up. Bring them down, bring them up, and bring them down. Now, if you don't have a belt, you can hold on to the back of the chair itself, okay? Or the chair seat itself. Okay? And then bring those legs together and tap it out. Nice. All right, so let's now try working a little bit more on our shoulders. And we're gonna do this with some breath. So we're gonna take a nice inhale up. Exhale through the body. Hands find their way to your heart shelves, lifting up. And just take a moment here. Ground yourself in. Feel the breath. We've done some movement now, so maybe you feel yourself kind of coming alive a little bit. So just take a minute. Good. All right, so we're gonna inhale and exhale those arms out. So now we got the palms facing down, and I'm just gonna start to flap my wings a little bit. Up and down, up and down. And as I do this, I'm drawing my shoulder blades towards one another. And of course, that belly button's in and up. And of course, we're breathing too, right? Up and down, up and down. If you want to bring it into the circles, go ahead. Go one way maybe, and then the other. Okay. And then exhale the hands all the way down. Find them on your knees again and take a moment. And we're going to do that again this time with the palms faced up. So inhaling, hands come to T formation, and we just start to pulsate those fingertips up and down, trying to keep our elbows as straight as possible. Try not to bend them. You want to really lengthen out from the armpit here. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then again, if you want to bring your circles in, you can, one way and then the other. Good. And then bring the arms back down. Good. Whew. Shake it out a little bit, right? All right, a little bit of breath. So here we go. It's a inhale, arms come out. Exhale, arms open. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, back to heart. Okay? So here we go. Inhale, exhale. Sweep up and down. Inhale, exhale. Sweep up and down. And as you inhale here, try to get nice straight elbows. Couple more. Inhale, exhale, sweep up and sweep down. Nice job. Good. So today, what I'd like to bring and offer to you is a moon salutation. And moon salutation represents the feminine side of the body. It is for more for cooling. So this is a fun way to salute to the full moon, if you will. Okay. So just follow along. We'll do it a few times with a little bit of variations in both. So just do what you can do, and maybe you watch this for a while and then pick it up at another time, okay? So here we go. So we're gonna inhale our arms up, and as we exhale, they come into a goal post, and we're gonna slide that left foot over, and we're straddling here. So this is goddess pose. Take a breath here. And then we're gonna go into star pose, which is coming onto the heels, reaching the arms out away from one another. Kind of like a snow angel, huh? And then fallen triangle. I'm going to let my left hand come down onto my left knee. I'm going to reach up, looking at my fingertips on the right. Taking a breath here. Then I'm going to come back up into that star posture. Back into that goddess pose. Goalpost arms and straddling. All four corners of my feet are on the floor. And then I'm going to bring my foot back to meet and greet the right as I bring my elbows together here. Okay. Hands come down at heart shelf. Other side. Inhale it up. Exhale, open up. That beautiful goddess. Playful star. Fallen triangle. So this time, right fingertips on the right knee or thigh, however long and deep you can get into this, it works. Raising up from the armpit, looking up towards the ceiling on the left. Maybe hearing a few cracks and pops, that's a good thing. Opening up, and then back to that playful star. Back into that beautiful goddess. And then coming back, we bring those arms together. Hands coming down to our lap. Okay, so now we're gonna inhale up. Come over to goddess. Okay. We come right on up into that star. And this time what we do is the crossover. So I'm going to take my right hand onto the outer edge of my left thigh, and I'm going to reach and move the body over. Now I'm really opening up through that whole side body on that left side. And breathing here. Come back up. Playful star. Beautiful goddess. Back to center. Hands down to your lap. Other side. Come up, inhale, goddess, star. And then the crossover. Coming back up. Actually, it's this way. Sorry. Left over right knee. Then come up. We're into goddess. Bringing it back. Hands to heart. All right. So now we're going to do that with both of them, okay? So again, just do the best you can. Here we go. Inhaling it up. Right into that goal post. Into that star. Fallen triangle this way. And fallen triangle this way, okay? Coming back up, star pose, into goddess. Now we'll do the crossover, both sides. Star, right on left, reaching over. Coming up, left on right, reaching over. Coming up, star, goddess, and then swinging it right around, hands to your heart. All right, inhale up, goddess pose. Now have a little tuck of the tailbone here too. Tuck of the tailbone. Okay. and then star. And then we'll have fallen triangle to one side. And then fallen triangle to the other side. And then back to that star and the goddess just for a moment. And then back to star, star of the day. And then fingers over opposite and reach with that little twist. Coming back up and twist. Coming back up, goddess, and finally arriving in the front. Exhale, hands down. Nicely done. And then inhale out, open, up, and down. And then just let it kind of flow. Out, open, and flow. The next time you float your arms back, I want you to really reach back as far as you can. Maybe hang on to the back of the chair and squeeze the shoulder blades together for a moment. Good. And then up, hands come down. Let's do that again. Out, open, grab hold, squeeze. Good. And back to center. And just shake that out a little bit. And we'll do a little bit of a twist now, okay? So we're going to inhale our hands up. We're going to roll over and twist to the other side. Now here I want you to start to slide down. So the hand is going to slide down. You may need to bring a block in next to your hand to grab hold of the block, okay? Now elbow and outer edge of that knee are connected, and I'm using them to help with my rotation. And then I'm going to reach my arm up. So this is a pretty good intense twist, okay? And if this is way too much for you, then you can certainly just bring it to the twist up here with the one hand in your side pocket and the one hand on the outside edge of your knee. Okay, this is good. But if you really want to deepen your twist, let the hand come down onto a block, okay? And then reach up. And then slide that hand up and around, and we'll take that to the other side. So move the block to the other side and inhale up. And then just start to twist. And again, you can stay here, okay? Or you can deepen it, coming forward a little bit, and then really rotate that shoulder back. And then coming up. Good. Now we can also do that with our hands crossed or at our heart center. So reach out, hands come to prayer, and use your thumbs to lift your sternum up. Lift it up a little bit. Then we're going to lean forward just a little bit, like you're almost getting out of the chair. And I'm going to take my right elbow to the outer edge of my thigh on the left, and then pressing my hands really firmly in towards one another. Rotate my shoulders back. This is nice too. This is really cleansing. Beautiful twist. And breathing. And again, you take your twist where you need to take it. I'm going to come up and just take that to the other side. So I'm leaning forward. I'm going to take my elbow to the outside edge, lifting up for that twist. Good. And coming back. Now, if you have another kitchen chair around or a hassock, bring it right in right now. I brought one in this morning. I'm going to draw it right in through here. And what I'm going to do today is I want to bring my feet right up onto that chair. Okay. Remove the sits bones away and sit up nice and tall. Okay. You can use your strap for this as well. You can take your strap right around the ball of the foot and hold on, okay? And lift up. So it's like you got the reins of a horse, you know? And lift up. And then we're just gonna hinge forward as much as we can. Oh boy, feeling it in the hamstring, okay? And allow the breath to come in and come out. Of course, if you're real flexible, you could go down even further, you know, bringing it all the way down a little bit further. But for today, let's just work on the hamstrings, right? Draw those elbows in, keep it up, keep it lifted, and come down. Good. And come up. And then again, lifting forward. And come up. Oh boy, huh? Great. And then let that go. And we're just going to start to take the legs and shake them up and down a little bit. Wiggle around. And if you can take your Shavasana right here with your legs up on the chair, lifting up, broadening through. And inhaling and exhaling. All right, otherwise just bringing your feet down on to the floor, finding a very comfortable position. We draw our hands together and we bring them to our heart shelf, and just maybe even taking your thumb and forefinger together and then resting the other fingers together. And just allow yourself this final few moments to just really settle in and ground in, and congratulate yourself for moving and, you know, getting going and maybe going into something that's a little unfamiliar. But know that you can always find refuge in yourself, finding refuge in your own soul. And that really becomes your safety net and your survival through crazy times, is your breath, your stillness, allowing all of it to just melt and be. And I'll leave you here to relish in the beautiful Shavasana that you create, that moment of space and spaciousness, that moment of refuge, that moment of safety. And allow yourself as long as you want, as much as you need, to just get yourself rejuvenated, rebalanced. I remind you that the love and the light that you continue to shine upon me is the same love and light that I shine on you. I raise my fingers to my third eye, and we bow and we say, Namaste, everyone. Namaste.